Dude, we're the Melanated Anime Club. We're not sure if Matt's going to be here. I'm
We might
Zerk.
have gotten our wires crossed. It's Wes.
I'm Zerk. This is Wes. We're here. This is going to be a perfect
Weird
story.
episode.
Just what the fuck is happening? To start things off, we lost our viewer. Perfect. So to start things off,
I guess that was Matt's fan.
that's fair. The Matt Kid fan club. So to start things off, there wasn't any One Piece. It's Golden Week in Japan. There's no manga of any kind. So
No.
there's no, My Hero for us to catch up on. No Mashal. No
Black Clover. No
Boruto. No nothing.
no Hard Boiled Cop and Dolphin.
No Hard Boiled Cop and Dolphin. No Candy. I didn't read the second chapter. I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's about
Candy Flurry is what it's called.
Candy Flurry. There you go.
And Sakamoto Days.
Yeah. Though I realized I did not read last week's Sakamoto Days, so I did enjoy reading that this week.
Okay.
That's a fun arc that they're going through. I feel like all the mangas are really kind of just hitting their stride right now, and I feel like every chapter of what I'm reading right now really has me like, let's get to that next chapter. Like you're caught up. Matt's not here, so we can actually talk about what happened to My Hero Academia a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah.
We didn't get a chance to.
No, we didn't. Deku is full on vigilante.
Yeah. So he's gone
I'm
rogue.
loving it. He's gone rogue.
Whooping ass, but he still has like the squad behind him.
Yeah, he still has All Might and like the number one and number two here are like pseudo watching out for him because they're all planning to take down All for One together.
Yeah,
and
I think wasn't Genus part of that? Like all the top three were with him. I thought.
Yes, top three. Excuse me, I forgot about Genus because Genus has faked his death, and it's hard to keep track of him.
That was all very weird, but it was kind of cool because I when I did my big like I'm gonna catch up, timed out right where the end of an arc. So that was kind of like well done on my behalf. But yeah, it was super cool to kind of like when I come in fresh and I'm caught up with everyone, it's like, this in-depth thing that we didn't even know that there was like 8 powers within him, and now he's going to secret dimensions and having conversations with them. It's wild.
Yeah, he's going within himself.
Yeah,
he's having a conversation. He's pulling an avatar.
Yeah,
he's pulling an avatar. He's getting advice from the past avatars on what he should do, and like he's really talking with them like I think it's nothing. He doesn't have to be in like a special state.
Well,
like
he can't.
Before.
Can he talk to them yet, or is he only listening still?
No, you can talk to them
because the cowl came off. Okay, It's been a minute. It's hard. There's a lot of stuff going on, especially with that because that kind of felt like it came out of nowhere when that started happening, but. I don't know. We're in the end.
No, I think because we've been teased about it for a long time.
Yeah.
Like ever since the sports festival, really.
Roman, that is a question that we're waiting for the answer for.
We do not know.
Also,
he may be Dunkin' Donuts, he may be at rehearsal, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. You trying to do a run-in, Roman?
Probably.
Yeah, because we don't got shit. There was no anime or manga.
I did watch Yasuke.
Yeah, I got real stuff.
The first 2 episodes. I didn't want to get too into it because it's only 6. And like, I hate having something that good be over so fast. Like sometimes I have to resist the urge to binge it, even though like every fiber in my being wants to see the rest of the story.
All right, I got you. Hold on, Roman.
So I'm
definitely gonna watch it. I'm probably. If it's only 6 episodes, it's one of those things that we can just like jump in. I can just jump in and watch, and I don't know certain things. I don't know. I kind of know, like I imagine I know what the story kind of plot line is of the first Black Samurai, and that's not a story you hear commonly. So I'm pretty sure I know how the majority of that's going to end. I don't know how long they're going to take it, but I am excited. Honestly, it's one of those things where did you watch it subs or dubs?
I watched the dub. I'm a fan of both, but I watched the dub just because like I was doing other things at the time.
That's real.
Well, I mean, I wasn't like doing other things. I was watching it, but like, so it's easier for me to watch. It's easier for me to watch dubbed anime when that's the first option.
No, I feel you. You can like cook and stuff, but I feel like Yasuke is going to be something that you really want to like sit and absorb. And so
I know that's what I did. I
Like
just wanted to absorb it in English.
I got you. That's like one of the perks of watching animes and subs for me is because like I'm really zoned in, and if I look away, I don't know what's happening. You know what I mean? So I have to be zoned in, and I feel like that's why I prefer it is because like I get distracted easy, and so like I like anything that kind of forces my attention.
Yeah, I wasn't like looking at my phone or anything, but it was just like, yeah.
Lakeith's voice. I feel you.
It was beautiful. It was it was so soothing, you know, and it was familiar. I like Lakeith's voice in that. There is one thing that like I don't have a gripe about, but like it's an interesting choice they made. Like they kind of went like thank you, Jared. They kind of went the futuristic feudal Japan route where there were mechs. There were like samurai mechs.
Oh, okay.
And they in one of the first scenes, like Lord Nobunaga claims that they got that technology from the Mongols and incorporated it for themselves. And I'm like, okay, they're going with this. All right. I mean, I would have maybe preferred a more traditional route, but like I'm not gonna knock it.
Well, they're clearly like, this is like we're taking this bit of historical accuracy and we're just mapping it on something else. Because like there were like aspects of like Mongolian culture that they took to like incorporate into samurai culture.
Mm-hmm.
So some of that like there's the truth in there, but the fact that it's like mechs instead of the armor or like this, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to get too deep and break it down. But
yeah,
that's a very anime thing of like, no, it's feudal Japan, but also lasers.
But there's also magic too. So
okay.
So they went full force with it, but like Yasuke doesn't use any of that from what I've seen so far. He's just whooping ass, which is fine for me.
You know, that's my favorite anime story. That's Mashal, that's Black Clover. In the world of magic, the guy who can't whoops everyone's ass, and that's Rock Lee. Again, I don't watch Naruto. I keep saying I'm going to. I'm not gonna download the game again. But but I do fuck with Rock Lee and Mike Guy and those dudes because of that. They're like, that's the defining character for me. So
I respect it. Like just the hard looking characters.
It's brutal. All right.
I don't know. Maybe because I was watching Invincible at the same time, like all the blood and everything just kind of whooshed in together. Oh, I finally watched Mortal Kombat.
Oh shit! Let's pull on Roman when we can talk about it. Hey, Roman.
Thanks. Yo, what's happening?
Last minute. We appreciate it.
No problem. You know I'm always here as backup, aka Matt 2.0.
Actually, you know what? Like, just like while we have you here, I was actually talking to them about doing this. I want to pull you onto our creative team and just kind of have you as part of our creative team moving forward. We had talked about it, and that way we can end the whole beef. You're not a number one fan. Milan's not a number one fan. You're a member of the group, the creative team. Milan's an affiliate. Mm-hmm. Maria's the number one fan de facto. No one's arguing it. Laura's close, but she'll give it to Maria. So like it's all good. We got
you covered that pretty quickly because you knew I was immediately about to say, "Take that, Milan." I know. I was leaning in to say that immediately.
You knew your instincts were to be petty at that moment in time.
Oh, yes.
See, I was trying to jump in before you just called Milan a hoe. That was my goal.
I have so little. This is all I have. All right. So that's fair. Good call on you, sir.
You need a little more in your life.
Yeah, it's 2021. I'm trying to be a peacemaker these days, man.
We're
about to open back.
I guess peace is okay too, but war is also fun. That's a line from Yasuke. But by the way,
no, it's not.
You haven't got.
It's moved around. It's moved around just a little bit.
My man said a warrior prays for peace above all else. That's what he said. And then the little kid that he's like little mentoring or whatever said, but war brings peace. War brings freedom. And I'm like, that's not right. So what are you saying right now?
Yo, you must be listening to like the Easter version.
He's listening to the dub version, yeah.
The dub, that's what it is. Both of them said, hell yeah, war. One line. You know, those English dubs are crazy.
I will say, because Lakeith was one of the dudes that was the producer. So if anyone's going to be the voice actor, not really fuck it up, I'm going to trust that one.
I gotta say, I like his voice. I really like his voice as Yasuke. I really loved it.
So you watched the dub, did you?
I watched both. To be honest, I watched both.
You really
I just wanted to see. I did want to. I wanted to watch both. Also, I only watched 3 episodes. I was planning on just watching one a week and just like having that self control, but I have none. I have no self control.
Yo, that's so real. I think that was such a reason that the Disney shows are so enjoyable is because you get that week to let it marinate to come up with these theories in your head. I think that part kind of maybe takes away from it because people are like, nothing's pissing. Like I'm learning now, nothing's pissing me off on the internet more than, well, that's not how it was in the comic books. And it's like, well, if you want the comic books,
very true.
Comic books,
exactly,
which will help us transition into this Mortal Kombat movie. Because if you're mad about the plot, go play the shitty games from the mid 2000s before they did the reboot. Because that's what you want. You want this. You want it before the Mortal Kombat 10 reboot.
Very true. Very true.
I mean, for me, who never like got super into the lore, because I never like actively played Mortal Kombat. Like if a cousin or a friend had it, I would get my ass beat occasionally. That's kind of what happened. I hadn't really played Mortal Kombat seriously since I had like a Sega Genesis.
Right.
So
also
like, watching this movie is like with that level of fandom, having seen like the other 2 movies and been fans of those when I was a kid, it was just like I enjoyed it. Like there was like it was everything I wanted. I got fatalities. I got a flawless victory. Like I didn't know who Cole was supposed to be or like how that.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I'm the only person. I'm the only person that enjoyed Cole. I'll say it.
I mean,
I did not enjoy Cole. Cole was a I can't think of the word for it. He's the friend in the friend group that people ignore. He deserved to be ignored. He wasn't a stick foot, like he wasn't a personality that really stuck out to be the main character. I don't. He was not interesting enough. But Kano, loved Kano, top to back. Love that he was evil, funny.
Why did we need PG-13 humor in this R-rated movie? Like I did not enjoy.
Okay. I will say this. Let me say this.
Not enjoy Kano at all.
I felt like the cursing was a little gratuitous. I feel like they were just cussing the cuss after a certain point.
I feel like Kano was just like, hey mate, you want to fucking have somebody just be crikey and just like he's like I'm the toxic masculinity guy and that's all I'm gonna be here. Like
and he was a comedic relief. We understand that, but I don't know why. I guess it speaks to my character. I usually hate that person in the movie because I don't think it's necessary. But I just thought he was funny sometimes. I just thought he was funny sometimes.
It was funny sometimes, but he kept on doing so much where it was like, I don't know. I just wanted it more like ruthless bastard Kano than like I want you to like me Kano. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would like to say this. Go ahead, Wes.
I wasn't too impressed with Liu Kang.
I've never been impressed with Liu Kang. As a character, Liu Kang is just so generic. I felt like this was probably the best interpretation of Liu Kang. Because Liu Kang's supposed to be a soft-ass monk because he's a fucking monk. And so the fact that he stood back, stayed humble, that was a true like Liu Kang moment. We had the moment where, Kung Lao was getting killed and homie was like, Liu! Like we still got that moment.
Oh, that kills me because I'm just like, they did Kung Lao so dirty. Like he was the best character and then they did him just so dirty. He didn't have a soul snatch like that.
I want to say they did Liu Kang very well in the sense of like, like I don't know if you when you play the games, you like to use that down attack button where he does the sweep, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna do it again." I'm like, "Okay, that was me 100%." I love that like small look at the camera. That was a very good, funny thing.
Oh yeah, all the nods to the game throughout the entire thing were great.
Really enjoyed that.
So like, I kind of believe that there's 3 eras of Mortal Kombat games. There's like the old school 2D games, like the weird, shitty 3D games, like. I would say from Mortal Kombat 4 to like whatever came after Deadly Alliance. And then like I think 9 is when it really became NetherRealm Studios and they really just like we're only making fighting games.
The only Mortal Kombat game I've ever played all the way through that I can remember was Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Oddly enough, by you saying that, the entire time I was watching Mortal Kombat, I'm like, this is a DC movie. This is the origin story. We have Cole because you need the superhero that gets his ass kicked a bunch. So you get that sympathy before he becomes, Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I felt like that's what they were doing with him. I felt like this was like Shazam. It was a DC movie, except it was fun. Like
Yeah.
that was my main vibe of this. Like I feel like I just don't like how Warner Brothers handles movie franchises.
I hate Warner Brothers. I just got to be honest. I do not like them.
Yeah,
I don't want to trust them with anything I love. Very true.
I'll say with movies,
speak your truth. Speak your truth.
With movies, I'll toss it out. You give me any of the animated stuff. You give me the stuff on HBO Max they're doing. You give me HBO interactive video game. I mean, WB's video games are pretty solid, but just they don't know how to make a movie. They only try to make franchises, and like even from the beginning, like that was my biggest complaint about Mortal Kombat is it didn't feel like a standalone movie. It didn't end. You left too many threads open. The fact that like, oh, cool, we revealed who Cole is, and now the movie's over. Like, I wanted to see more Brass Body. I wanted to see more of that. Like,
that's the character's name.
No. I didn't recognize it.
No, that's what the power is. Like,
okay.
If you're familiar with like classic kung fu movies, classic kung fu abilities, and Brass Body is one of them.
Okay.
So I felt like, to me, it felt like it was a throwback to classic kung fu movies, which we had at the beginning of the movie, and then dropped that vibe completely.
Yeah.
Why?
The beginning of the movie was really tight.
First of all, in the beginning, that guy who plays Sub-Zero, remember he's in Warrior, the HBO the HBO series, and he's a great fighter. Like he's a great fighter. Yeah, and Warrior's a great show.
I just started watching. Like I'm on episode 3 of Warrior. Like I just started that.
Oh, he comes in. He's one of the people. I would like to say this. I appreciate that we're not on here shitting on it because I feel like that's all it got. People went in acting like it was supposed to be nominated for an Oscar or something like that. They just didn't want to.
Great video game movies.
There isn't. So it should have just been a movie that
people are acting like they saw the original movies and were like, these are fucking cinematic masterpieces. Not like this is a movie I saw when I was a child. Like it's the same thing that happened with Star Wars. Everyone's like, this is a movie I love because I watched it when I was a child, and now you see it, the versions now, and you're like, this is not the classic cinematic masterpiece I remember. And it's like, no, you never remembered that. You were a child.
I truly enjoy that we understand that. But
I really mind, and that's just what it is. The nostalgia will never fade. That's just what it is.
I have to complain about one thing.
Okay.
You're telling me that you're going to fight for the world, fight for the safety of Earth, but your headquarters is in Gary, Indiana? Gary fucking Indiana. That's where they go to hide. That is the weirdest choice.
Are you looking in Gary, Indiana? Are you looking in Gary, Indiana for anything like that? No.
No one's looking for Gary, Indiana for anything except for Michael Jackson's ghost.
That's tactical. That's tactical.
It makes sense.
No. If we're gonna make a moment here, the one complaint I can really put up against Cole, that's the best one I heard. He said, "I'm from the South Side of Chicago." Like that was the reason I was like, okay, I get why you don't like Cole. I get why you don't like Cole after that moment. I get it.
That's fair.
That's the only thing.
I was like, Cole, shut your bitch ass up. Like you ain't from the South Side. You don't act like you're
I'm from the South Side of Chicago. You take out the up. I felt like that would have hit a little bit harder, but South Side of Chicago makes you
You can tell if he actually did grow up in Chicago, he got robbed often.
You're from the South.
I didn't like how Sonya just discovered her powers seemingly out of nowhere. That was weird.
But to be fair,
the white woman savior complex. I'm not
real.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't gonna.
I'm gonna say this. No, I'm gonna go there. First of all, let's talk about that woman. She's a bum living in a trailer, and she gets to become.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. Let's talk about how I'm sorry. Yes, I'm gonna say a bum. She gets powers, and then she immediately knows how they work. Even though she wasn't even good enough to even get put in the rankings. But let's talk about this.
Like the whole thing was that she beat Kano, but she didn't have that killer instinct, and that's why she didn't get it. The thing was that she was the best of all of them from the beginning. If it came down to no one had powers, she was the only one that was able to handle herself. She took out Kano.
Yeah,
Cole was getting bodied. But
the fact that she was able to kill Kano, she always had that killer instinct. I personally believe if you're able to kill, you were always able to kill. Don't surprise me. I saw your Wikipedia page. I saw your Google history.
She's special forces. That's why I feel like she had that killer instinct. But
yes,
I don't know.
And I'm sorry,
but
what's
I did
the
love
name of the one I do with the metal arms. I forget that all the time.
I
forget all the time. I apologize. Don't hate on me for that one. I do always forget. But okay, the fact that Jack was a weak hoe throughout the whole with those tink arms. But then when the rock fell on the woman, he found the black man found his power within saving a white woman. And when he lifts the rock, she's not even crushed. She's just behind the rock, cowering like a child. You guys telling me that these are special forces? The moron was sitting like,
that was his friend.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like a friend. And also, she could have just walked around the rock. She's special forces. She's special forces, sir. But no. He didn't find his power until he had to save a white woman. And that is problematic. I'm saying it. You can put the music on me. But I have to say it.
I'm not going to argue with
No. You're making a really valid point, and I'm not going to take it away from you.
If you were just talking shit, sure, but
you're not talking shit. Yeah. You're making points.
That's how I just personally.
We may not agree with them.
Yeah,
whoever may not agree with them, but you're making points.
But I will say this: when they introduced that Arcana, was like the story of all this, and I know people were complaining about that. For me, I much prefer that rather than like everyone. Liu Kang has to go through a scene where he manifests his chi into fire. I don't want to have that. I don't want the scene where Kano gets his face busted open. Now he has to go through surgery to get a laser eyeball implanted. I don't want to see Jax have to go get fitted up with these cybernetics. I like the fact they had this weird little dumb thing, and he's like, just trust me. They know what they're doing. Like when they said that, I was like, oh, cool. I know how this is going to work. Mm-hmm. I think it was everyone had to struggle to get that. So, like, that was Jax's struggle. Jax had the mindset if he gave up, it was like, for my friend needs something to help, and I can understand this. Mind you, I'm a little biased. My wife is, in fact, a white woman, and I feel like I would lift boulders to save her. But on the flip side, like, if there, I find, like, just in general, it's easier for me to do something for someone else than to do it for myself. And I feel like that might have been what Jax was dealing with, is like, man, I got these puny arms. I can't lift shit, but you know what? Someone needs me. I can find my strength. And we can add the layer. We can add the layer of what you want to add there if you want to. But from my point of view, that's what I relate with because my therapist says that's me. So
in real life, I understand this. The people who you're willing to lift the rock for are the people you're willing to lift the rock for. But this is a movie. You've watched it multiple times. You can ask people like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" I think you have a problem. So then people's like, "I think you got a problem." Like,
dude, you had a point.
It's just we're only talking. Yeah. We're only talking about in a movie aspect. That's all, not in real life. But that's all my personal problem is.
In real life, we ain't ripping out spines, shooting beams through people's skulls, or really fighting a really thick Melina. And again, I cannot talk about Mortal Kombat and not bring up thick Melina. I'm sorry.
Y'all need your parental controls turned back on. I see.
Oh, stop it.
Yo, I did love this though, because one of the things I remember playing Mortal Kombat 2 with Melina is she had that teleporting, like she'd teleport behind you and hit you, and she did hit that in the movie. They didn't let her shine that much, but they did let her have that moment.
I wish they did let her shine. Victory was the best part to me.
Okay, it was like, why do they have Nitara here already? Like, so, like I said, Deadly Alliance was probably the last time I owned a Mortal Kombat game before, like, I think 10. But that was the one that kind of just like, we're going to throw literally everyone that ever was in a Mortal Kombat game, and we're just going to add a bunch of, like, stupid fucking characters. Yeah. And that was that. So I was like, why is Nitara? Why is, like, the dude with the hammer? I forgot his name. Like, why were they there? Like, Liu Kang.
They were there to get beat.
Yeah, very true. They didn't even get a personality.
No. Okay, they put him. They had that whole fight with Jax and him on the pit, and they did not end it with Jax uppercutting that motherfucker and falling down onto those spikes. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah,
because you don't put that background. You don't put that background.
They could have replaced that one with the dragon fatality, the fire dragon fatality. They could have replaced that one.
Yeah, that was the. I was like, oh, there's the beastie.
It was too soon.
Yeah.
Wait, what was it, Wes? Hold on, time out. What was it, Wes?
Animality. It was animality. Excuse me.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I've been on the internet a long time.
You know what? We've been here for like 25 minutes. I think it's time for this group huff. Let's hit it, guys. If you got it, let's roll it, spark it, load it. Y'all know this. Y'all
know the vibes.
Y'all not even watching anyway. Fuck yeah. All right.
What's next on the agenda?
We didn't have an agenda, man. No
It's just
manga.
an off week.
It was an off
Good.
week. Golden week. Honestly, we can keep it short if y'all want to.
I mean,
We can keep it short, but I got to drop a couple gems.
Ramon wants us to see the Demon
Ramon, here,
Slayer.
let's take it. Let's run.
I know we get to offer games now and then, and I would like to make a great game suggestion for couples, specifically for the couples in the room. It's a game called It Takes Two. If you're able to check it out, it's on PS. What?
No, I'm thinking of a different game. No, I'm sorry.
I thought he was referencing the Olsen Twins movie.
No, I thought you were talking about. No, it takes. You're right. I'm thinking of a different game. Please keep going.
I want to know the game you were thinking about, though. By the way,
it was like this. It was the one where you're two people and you're doing like the prison escape, and then at the end you have to like.
It's called A Way Out.
A Way Out. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh, I never heard that.
Fuck you! Like,
which I heard great.
No, it's great.
I heard great reviews about it.
Just like just that moment. That's not something you want to play with your partner. Especially if there's someone who's like, I don't play video games, and then you just have to just destroy them.
Yeah, that would be a very difficult journey, especially for your relationship. But let's keep this in mind. This game is called It Takes Two. It came out recently. It's actually a game on PS4. It's on Xbox. It's on the Xbox as well. But it's a game about where these two people, they're married and they're having problems and they decide to get divorced. And they tell their child runs away, cries over the dolls, and their personalities and their beings go into the dolls. And you have to play as the dolls to get back to the child and save yourselves. But it's a great game because it's one of those games where you can't play alone. You have to play with another person. And it's all about a wife and a husband who really wants to get a divorce but has to work together to get to their daughter. And I gotta say, this game is beautiful. It's creative. At every level, they get these new machines or these new tools where they work individually, but they also work in conjunction to get through the levels. Levels are creative. You fly. You're on frogs. You deal with squirrels fighting bees. Like you go into the trees. You go into you go underwater. They have every type of level in a game that's made, and it's a very quick game, but it's a very fun game. And Flavia have been playing it for the last 3 weeks, and we're yelling at each other, but we're also having fun. And like just the messages, the characters are a little over the top and a little corny, but the gameplay is simple for people who don't know how to play video games very much or don't play often. But it's also interesting because it constantly continues to change how you play, adds functions on how you play. It's just fun. It just feels like a fun game to fly through with your significant other or just a partner. And it makes you feel like you were a kid again when you're just playing with your brother or sister or friends on the video games and they had the controller next to you and you guys were experiencing the journey at the same time. It's different from online. It just feels personal.
Like a 2D, side-scrolling,
couch co-op. Yeah, man.
Yes. And so it's interesting. It's a little kiddie, but they cuss on there. I mean, they're talking about real situations on how to build a real relationship on come back to your other. It's a fun game. And it's just it's something great. I think everybody should play who has a significant other that doesn't really like playing video games that much or doesn't like always watching you play games that much. And it's also a doorway for her to get in or him to get in. And I suggest everybody to get it. It's only $30. Only one of the two people have to act. If both partners have a PS4 like me and Flavia, only one person has to have it, and you can play online and have a friend pass. As long as one person owns the game, you can play. The other person can play anywhere. But we always play together in the same house. It's a different type of vibe when you're playing in the same room. No, so I suggest.
That's the thing I've been looking for. I love that recommendation. Laura's always we've been. I don't like Just Dance was like a game that she played. I don't consider it really like a game, but like she like something that we enjoy doing together that involves a PlayStation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like she'll.
I don't know who calls it a game.
Right.
But it's an activity.
It's an activity for sure. But when I got that Tony Hawk remake, she was sitting here playing that with me for a little bit. So anytime we do get to find something like that, like we tried
Marie and I played like a lot of the Telltale games together, where I'm holding the controller and she's making all the decisions. Yeah. Like we played through one of the Batman ones, and we're going through Wolf Among Us right now, and that's one of my favorite Telltale games of all time.
That's a good one, yeah.
The reason why I suggest this game, because it feels like, you know, when you play Mario Brothers, I feel like this is the simplest game for everybody to get onto. It's jumping, it's a couple of attacks. But this one, it's a little bit more complicated, but it's something that you can see. And anybody who doesn't play games are like, oh, I could get with this. The control scheme is simple enough to like anybody could hop on, and that's why I want to suggest it to everybody.
So like we tried to play Little Big Planet like before. I know.
Yeah.
The game gets really repetitive and boring.
Mm-hmm.
Like
this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This one does not, because the worlds are pretty. They're big, but like the way you use the tools that you get in that world, they're expansive. Like you have two options. I can either spray things. I'm gonna use an example. There's a sap gun and that you use with tree sap, and you can spray onto things, and it makes things heavier, and it pulls down and moves the puzzle along. Or you can spray onto something, and then your partner has like a match gun or a flamethrower, and if she shoots the match gun with shoots it with the match gun, it explodes, and which adds another function to the puzzle that they add with you, and it works with timing. It works with combination of attacks. It works with singular attacks. Sometimes you have to go through while your partner is moving the puzzle so you can go through the levels. It's very creative. Like it feels like somebody like us created it. Like they really took time to make these levels, and it's fun. It's
like a puzzle platformer.
It's a
platformer.
It's not a puzzle. It's not a platformer at all.
Like a puzzle adventure game.
Yes, it's an adventure game. Hands down, it's an adventure game. Yes, that's why I'm like they turn it into a platform in like one of the small sections, but they turn it into one of those, you know, when you look top down and everybody's going through levels. Yeah, they literally like change that camera angle so much. It feels like you're playing a new game every 20 minutes or so.
So it's like
you enjoy it.
So it's like, for a better phrase, like it's changing genres as you play.
Yes. It really took like all video games and put it into one simple apparatus, and you're playing it through that, and it's just fun. I advise everybody to get it. It's a simple $30. Play it, please. If you're in a relationship, it's something that you can yell at your friend for, your significant other for, but also have a good time. It's just like
yell.
No, but it's like that frustrating aspect of like, let's do this. Okay. And then you get past it and you're like, all right, we did it. Like, okay, I'm sorry for what I said, but let's keep going. And then when you succeed, you're like, all right, let's keep it pushing, like type of situation. So that's why I'm just saying you're going to go through a lot of the emotions, and it's fun. It's just fun. So I advise everybody to look up I'm going to put the YouTube link at the end of our videos to our video. I'm going to put the review or whatever. So that if you want to take a look at it, you can watch it after we do this.
Cool. Well, dope. Yeah. I guess since we're just like we're in recommendations. Let's go.
I'm sorry. I couldn't wait. I had to.
Listen. We said we were gonna wrap it up, and you were like, "No, we're not gonna keep it short." And you went straight to recommendations. So let's do it.
Oh, what have I been watching this week? I really want to recommend. This again. So I'm a Spider. So what? Because it is an isekai that perfectly parodies other isekais. And it's so like, it can be light and funny in certain areas where you're just rooting for this main character who gets reincarnated as a spider. And like, there's another storyline like with the other kids in her class that were reincarnated into this world as well, but they were reincarnated as royalty. And now I've discovered that this is like happening in two different timelines, and that totally shifts like my view of the story, and it's just getting a lot deeper. And there's a sub and a dub for it on Crunchyroll. Enjoy.
I got a question for you, Wes. Have you gotten around to the Pokemon Snap that got released? Or
you know what? I didn't want to get it. Like I just I was like I played Pokemon Snap on the N64. That was the only Pokemon Snap experience I needed. Like I don't need to pay $60 for just to take pictures of Pokemon.
$60?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What do you think new games cost?
Nintendo
That's
doesn't
ridiculous.
Nintendo doesn't drop budget price games.
No.
I always thought that they were gonna make Pokemon Snap an iPhone game where like you can walk around and it's augmented reality, and then they paired it up with
Pokemon Go was Pokemon Snap.
I don't know why. Why didn't they do that? And, I don't know why. And then they like they could have linked up with Facebook and Instagram where you could post it too, like or it could be an actual thing. The more likes you get, the more points you get. Ooh, they fumbled the bag on that one. They really did. That was so easy. What's going on with you, Zach? I would like to hear how you've been living life. I've seen your profile pic changed up. You're looking good, brother. You are looking good.
Thank you. I'm just trying to get on your level, my dude. You know how it is. I'm
trying to
get like you.
I'm trying to be like you, player. For real. My birthday was a week ago. We had the birthday celebration. This is Cannabis Supper Club that I've been wanting to be a part of since I moved out. I mean, since I heard about it, let's be honest. But when I moved out here, it was like, this can be a reality. I haven't had the time where I've had the money to afford it and like the time available to be there at the same time. And, after a year and a half and, I'm inoculated, I've been avoiding saying it in public because I wanted to not let people know. So I'd hold off on doing shit. But I'm also realizing if I don't say it, people don't know I'm available. Book me for shit. I'm here. I was like, I want to go to this cannabis dinner. Laura's like, if I go, I'm gonna pass out after the first round. This is not my thing. Like, enjoy some time out by yourself and do your thing. And I was like, it's my first time going out in over a year. I've been kind of doing my workouts and stuff. The big news is that really none of my pants, they're all like too big. I went from a size 44 down to a 40, and it's to the point where like putting a belt on, it still looks like I'm wearing reverse like parachute pants because that's all baggy up top. So it was just like weird. So I was like, if I'm gonna go out, I need to get a new fit. And I went out and got something and was like, no, I'm gonna just like have faith and develop my own sense of style and just make the bold choices. Once you go from like 42 to 40, you kind of go from being big and tall to like stylish shit, right? So it's like,
it's easier.
Yeah, it's like being double XL and being 40 is like where that line is. Of some companies, that's their norm, the end of their normal, and some companies that's the beginning of their big and tall. Mm-hmm. So I was having like a hard time kind of like finding both pieces that actually look good on me. But I just committed to kind of going and looking, and after visiting like 3 Marshalls, 4 TJ Maxxes, and a couple Rosses, I found these mint green polo pants that fit me perfectly, and the shirt kind of all rocked out. So I felt good.
Okay.
Want to look good. Yeah. I've always wanted bright colored pants, but just the way that my body shape is, I've never been able to. It's only been like work khakis and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I saw you though. You came through with the fit. I'm really happy for you, man. Especially I love to see people like expanding when it comes to their fashion and color sense, or trying new things the older they get. Like Justin Swinson and like a lot of my friends try to get me to wear more colors because I usually wear black, dark blue, or gray. And they made me get a light yellow shirt, and it almost hurt. It almost, but it felt good.
But it feels great. It's like one of your favorite things. It's a confidence shirt. Like that's really what it was. Is like, look, this is a new season. The world is opening back up. Auditions are about to come back up. Like gig economy starting to come back. So if this is starting to happen, it's starting to come back up. I've been putting in work during the time skip. You know what I mean? I've been investing in myself mentally, physically, all of that shit. So it's like, no, this is a new season, and I'm gonna hit it. I need to wear something that makes me feel confident because I'm about to get back out there. I'm about to get cast and shit. I'm about to start getting on TV. So I need to start looking like I'm a person of interest that you want to be on your shows, that you want to see on your TV. And if I'm, like I said, I spent
those mint green pants.
Yo, you should have seen you should have seen the rose pants that were a little bit too small for me. That it's aspirational, but I returned them because they were too expensive to just be holding on to. But
fair enough.
Like you should, like I'm telling you, if I get down to 38, it's over. Like if I get down to 38 and just regular extra large size shirts, it's gonna be over. Like it's gonna be over for all of y'all.
Okay.
Look at 38. It's over for you bitches.
There's no chance. Y'all gonna be like, oh damn, he looks like that. Andy's married. Damn, y'all gonna be shit. I'm doing that grown man crap.
You need to get whoever Milan's photographer is. That man is traveling all across the world in Chicago. Have you seen this man Facebook? He has pictures.
I keep seeing Milan just be popping up with random. I got the drip. I don't know where my hands are.
I'm like, I'm fucking this person. Who is this person? I do respect it.
I say Alon just like I did an impromptu photo shoot. I just had to take one right here, and he's just like I'm holding a bunch of shit
after my bike ride.
I bet he's like going to just Walgreens or something, and he just puts a on everybody. I'm like, it's a pandemic, sir. Like, we're chill.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. I think it probably was like conversation with my mom that kind of helped me get in that mindset of being like, yo, I need to start stepping it up too a little bit. And honestly, if anything, that's my recommendation. I'm gonna do this as my transition for the recommendation.
There we go.
Look, the world is opening back up. We all been trapped for a year and a half, depending on where you are and if people believed in it. But a large group of people have been spending the last year learning a whole new skill set, really taking the time to have conversations with themselves. Really figuring out who their loved ones are, really taking the time to figure out what their priorities are. I don't know if y'all are like me. I had a big realization that life is too short and I'm not going to be doing shit I really don't want to be doing anymore. That being said, I know that all of my friends are also having change of hearts, change of minds, maybe even change of goals or changing of their visions. And you know what? I think it's up to us to really encourage each other to embrace that. Like, if you want to do something, like, go do it and embrace it. I think we need to save our criticisms. Like, it's been really fun being super critical, of being petty, of calling out everything, of just like looking for negativity on social media. And I think it's time we leave that shit on the internet. And when it goes to our real life friends, let's actively step out of, you know what? I don't know if I could ever see you doing that, but I want you to succeed in your goals. I'm going to be gassing up my friends. I hope you start gassing up your friends. My biggest recommendation is no matter how crazy you think it is, it's not your place to tell someone no. If you see your friends falling into old patterns that were destructive before all of this, gently and kindly remind them, hey, my man, life is too short. These are the patterns that I've seen you fall into. You've gotten hurt. I'm not letting you make those decisions anymore. You want to chase this? Everyone else in the world's going to fucking doubt you, but I'm not going to let you doubt yourself. You're going to be the one. You're going to be the one that gets out there. I'm gassing up everyone. If you have something that you want to do, if you're like, I don't want to do improv anymore, I fucking hate that shit, and you want to change your life plan and you want to be a chef, you want to go do whatever, I got you. I'm supporting you. If you decided, you know what, I've spent my whole life being an accountant and now I want to go do something, I'm going to go do stand-up, I'm going to try to be an artist, fucking get your paintbrush, bro. I got your back. Like, let's do this. You need someone to pose for you, I'll be your model. Like, we really need to be gassing each other up and letting people get to the lives we want to be. Like, after this last year, I really just feel like, growth is something that we all are striving for. And like, I know that we're in a weird phase of like, I want to hang out with my friends, but embrace the fact that your friends have grown, that your friends have changed, and maybe your visions aren't going to be aligned as they were, but still encourage them to accomplish what they need to. Let them try the things they need to try. Like, I can't like say this enough because it's like really on my heart. It's something that I've felt the last couple of days of like, you used to doubt yourself. Like, no, go apply for that job that you didn't think you were qualified for. Like, go do it. You know what? You did take a 6-week course and learned how to code at whatever level you did. Apply for that job. You know what I mean? Like, let's just go for it. Go for the big dreams. And if you don't get there, that's cool. We accept you. If you chasing little dreams, that's great. But just like, I want all of y'all to thrive. I want everyone to succeed. I want all of us to chase our dreams. I want all of us to catch our dreams. And if I'm doing something to hold someone back, that's the worst thing I could be doing. I want to help people forward. I want to push you forward. And again, this is a platform where we really just come around and talk about anime. Not much we can do, but if we can help you put your shit on, we're always trying to grab people to promote their stuff. We're always trying to help people as the best that we can. So, if you want to do something and you want to take a risk, or you found something that you really loved and you're afraid of taking that love of the thing you found in the house outside of your house, I'm encouraging you to take it, to go and do it. If you found that you really enjoyed baking and coming up with recipes, go take a real class once you get out of here. You really got into TikTok and you started getting into TikTok dances and you like dancing, go take a real dance class. Like, we've all learned weird things about ourselves, and embrace the weirdness. There's too many normal people out here. Go be weird. Let's go into a new weird world where people are living their lives and their truths and what they want to do. That's my recommendation.
Preach. Thank you.
Fuck, this is the Melanated Anime Club. Matt Kid, I'm glad you checked in. I hope you heard that, because that's going to you too. We need you back on here. But we've been the Melanated Anime Club. We are really trying to grow the brand. Next week, new One Piece. We'll make it the 1-year anniversary special. So just if you're a person, if you're a person that's watching this or have been on here or ever been a part of this club, reach out. We'll send you a link. We'll do some dumb shit. I'm sure we'll probably end up doing like a Jackbox like we did a couple weeks back. That shit was fun. We'll talk about One Piece. We'll catch up on other shit. We didn't even talk about the Twitch stuff, but like I said, we're really working on some branding stuff. We're gonna evolve again. It's been a year of this. We've done one evolution. It's time for the next step. I've gotten back in touch with some people about some art stuff that we have been working on in the past, and we're really kind of putting some new effort into the Twitch. I'm really trying to figure out if anyone out there in the viewing verse has any knowledge about GameCube emulation. Hit me up, because that's this next step I think I'm going to take the Twitch going. So we're the Melanated Anime Club. Roman, thank you so much for being a part of this. You are a part of this.
Yeah.
You know, everyone.
You made an intro video and an outro video for yourself. Like this, it just worked.
Yeah. I also have another one. I think next week, you guys.
You got another idea, or is it prepped and ready?
Oh, a video. I got another video. It's halfway done.
All right, cool. So we'll have it ready for next week, and then just because he's not here.
Not here.
All right, the Anime Club will be here next week. We'll be here next week. Y'all have a good time. We'll catch y'all. It's this one. All right.
Baka mitai kodomo nano ne Yume o orotte kizu tsuite Uso ga heta na kuse ni Waraenai egao o miseta I love you ろくに言わない口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたのダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でも歪まない思い出がバカに